Yeah, we'll see if that white mage is still standing once we see these spell selections. And we're off.
Got a defense sword, and the king handing out a rod, it looks like. Lit 3 and Fire 3 in the magic shop. Oops.
And Invis 2 and Harm 4.
Yeah, so all set if it's the Fun Dead group. Ice armor not bad either. If there's no tail in the area, that is some good armor to roll into the end with.
Oh, and there was warp.
Yeah, always nice to have that. And it looks like Len is just taking warp and running up to punch Garland and see if there's anything good in those initial 3 chests there.
That was an interesting fight off of a reset there. I think that was the fighter mage. Well, the reset happened real fast. And as always, the Kingdom of Boats continues.
All right.
Got a Manticore.
Manticore's not bad, but you like to see 4 of them. They tend to roll pretty low health, too. Time to take out these pirates, and down goes the fighter. So that, on the one hand, that doesn't feel good. On the other hand, getting the spell charges early is definitely nice. So see if this ends up benefiting Neon. They looks like across the board they have a party that's level 6 right now.
And we get a slab.
A slab.
Oh, and the cute hat. I love that.
that cracks me up every time. Some of the mods that the community uses is highly entertaining.
And Len is gonna steal my sunshine. I mean, fight the pirates.
Looks like only $1,000 in the Matoya's cave, so not super exciting.
We got ribbons for sale though. They're a little pricey, but we've seen more expensive.
Temper showing up in level 2 black magic, so that's nice to see, but it's not really like the sweeper spell that you were hoping for to get your leveling off the ground here.
Yeah, but there's mute. I mean, come on, man. Of the spells to not take note of.
I would have loved to have seen mute at 2 when we had Thunder Pirates and Fire 2 Pirates in the old third.
Yeah, that's maybe the one time you're happy to see mute at level 2. We got Vorpals for sale, in case you wanted to buy a really expensive trash can.
I tried fear strats. They're not scared of anything. and Power Glove from the old man. That's actually going to pay off here. It was definitely nice to see when you do not have an easily accessible Mazmune. And here's some angry seafood on the onset.
And again, compliments to Neon and her mods. I like what she's done with Red Caribs.
definitely look a lot more stylish. Got Ice 3 and Fire 2 in the level 6 Black Magic, so not really going to be missed.
We got a couple of people high-fiving here at the Sages.
Ooh, got a Sun
Another
Sword
one.
for sale in Crescent Lake.
Oh, that's nice, especially with the Power Gauntlet. If we don't find Massa, that's gonna be your best bet. And this time, there's a lonely old man who gives you the toy off the shelf.
He's solved it a million times already. He's bored with it now.
We're gonna get our first look at some trap tiles, looks like, over on Cheesenator's screen.
Yep. And on Neon's side, we see, in case you've forgotten that we haven't had any thieves yet, there's a katana.
And we get the Hydro and the big old number 8. Hydro? Man, I'm good at talking.
Well, I mean,
They
they are.
cast races.
they're out of water all the time, right? Close enough. But it is a good fight to get a few, early needed levels going from 8 to 11, and see if he investigates further.
Check the left side here. But trying to build the suspense by going into our menu first. Ooh, the Soria tile. If these are weak, I don't think I would check any other tile.
Yeah, this is a really nice safe tile.
They got more than 200 health.
Well, the other option is that they're also kind of vulnerable to instant death, more so than a lot of the other, decent tiles that you would run into. So if there's some zap or who knows, maybe like level 4 Fade, like Neon Gray found, this could be good after you build up some money.
Looked like they had just over 300 health. Either that or, I'm doing math incorrectly on Twitch, which someone in the community tells me you should never do on stream.
It's generally a good idea, but I think he's I would say one Sun Sword purchase away from making a lot of progress on that tile.
Did he go into the weapon shop? I'm not sure if he did or not. I know someone did. I don't know if it was him or not. Ooh, we got opals for sale, which we're a ways away from on money-wise.
Yeah, the biggest problem with the Soria tile is not a good money-making tile. Got fast at level 5. So fast and temper, definitely accessible early on. Ruse at 5 is it's not where you want to see it, but defense swords were for sale, so not too critical. And Neon is going to do the Marsh Dive to see what is hiding out in the Wizard tile.
We're gonna fight some red bugs here. Nope, we're gonna risk it. Looks like we got a shark and a red sag. Over on Neon's down marsh.
And I think Cheesenator is just pretty happy with this tile right now. As the fighter levels up, the damage output is getting a lot better too. Neon finding Cerebus tile and a canoe. So with that relatively safe and easy tile being right in that spot, all Cheesenator really needs to do is get that Sun Sword, get that Power Gauntlet, stock up on some of the other gear and roll right into Topher. So this should be
Yeah, the only question I have is what level is he gonna go to? With the Sun Sword or lower, I prefer a little, I don't know, mid-30s almost. But we'll see how risky he feels.
So with fast being available at 5, it makes sense to get some more charges on the Black Mage. And I think, yeah, let me look this up real quick. The Sun Sword gets another hit somewhere in the 30s. Yeah, so 31 would be the 5th hit for the fighter, and you get the 41 for the 6th hit, but that kind of feels like diminishing returns.
Yeah, I think I would probably go a little higher than 31 just for a little bit extra HP. But I like to err on the side of caution and don't like to get myself in that beat my head against the wall scenario like we saw with Shadow in the first seed. Just keep dying because you don't quite have enough HP to get through.
So Cheeseinator is going to dig out the Titan's Trove, and that katana will sell for a pretty decent amount of money.
Which he will make use of and buy some opals, and I think ribbons were also fairly expensive, both around 20,000.
Oh, look at those stylish Soria.
Didn't see them all. I'll see them the next round here.
Yep.
Oh, those are cool. And they're super annoying with their poison touch.
A little bit, and it looks like the fighter only has like 35 HP, so that's a little rough. In the meantime, Cheeseinator gonna throw out the zap, and it misses, but usually has a pretty good chance to connect. So.
Looks like 3 of our Forerunners have settled on their grind. I'm not sure, is Len just doing an overworld grind of this Frostgator Caribs, or... Guess we'll see in just a second. I haven't been watching.
It's not a bad way to get some early levels. To the front, this is a pretty nice, one of the nicer popcorn enemy packs that you can find.
Yeah, looks like that's what Len's doing.
Oh, somebody's got sleep touch though.
Yeah, that's a little obnoxious.
And that white mage would definitely benefit from either Fade or a Thor hammer. Mage staff gets it done though, and Neon is gonna fight some spiders.
Yeah, it seems she's done a lot of work on all the sprites in this game. She seems like every enemy's got a different sprite. Looks really nice.
So Neon's death to the pirates meant that the poor fighter only had like 35 total HP. So that's had to go get some extra levels to help survive this fight.
So we got a question from chat here. Is it ever advisable to make Topher an early stop? Say level to 10 to 15? I personally don't like doing that. for one, I gotta spend the time on the overworld to fly over there. For two, at level 10 to 15, you're probably not getting through either of them. But if you have warp when you go up and fight Garland, I think there is some value to go in and grab those treasure chests early. You might find a ribbon or another piece of really good equipment. What do you think, Edge?
I agree. Early warp, check that room. There's 7 extra chests there, and they're just really easy to get. Len found vampires and whiz vampires outside of Titan's Cave, but they roll a ton of health, so that's not going to work either.
And some airs just outside of Melmond.
Alright, Jusinator at level 28. I'm going to dump that katana and hopefully find something better than a silver sword.
Yeah, Demon Frog doing some shopping. Looks like he picked up a sun sword and a defense.
Ooh, fastest promotion lock, so that's a little unfortunate.
Yeah, that feels bad, especially with the sword selection.
Yeah, it's gonna require some power gauntlet use for sure. And hey, there's a Thor hammer and an opal bracelet just hanging out with the dwarves, so nice pickup there.
Looks like Demon's had enough of this grinding, and he's gonna head in. Yeah, first look at Topher here.
Wow, what a garbage term in the chests. You get at least you get the flame shield for like the combo, but ugh.
Yeah, that was not what he was looking for.
That's a little gross. With Fire 3, Harm 4, and a Sun Sword, I wonder if you're just hoping for the Fun Dead group at this point.
Yeah, if you find Fun Dead, that's game.
Oh, he finds Nuclear Tiamat instead.
Which tickled him a little. Didn't feel great. And he's going to reset and try the other side.
Yeah.
Lower level on the Mage Fighter, which I think is not a bad idea. Oh, especially when they die that. Wow. Those fighters had no health. Or mages.
Yep, and fighter goes down to a quad X, so that's a pretty nice overworld grind. Not to be.
And we're going to try carry.
Alright, and Black Mage is going to wave at carry for 1 damage and take 162 in response.
It's very rude. He's just trying to say hi. Black Mage just wanted a new friend.
I mean, I got a bunch of high fives back, 1 from each arm.
Like we got a couple more runners here gearing up for their first dips into Topher.
Yeah, the party getting absolutely chunked by Lit 3, and he's going for, Demon's going for the Quad X right now, but just don't think enough damage has come out. And oh, geez, there's the Inferno rip.
Yeah.
Inferno with no ribbons, basically nuke.
I think with this Kraken 2 and Tiamat 2, as chat points out, we don't want any part of Double Dragon here.
Oh god, no, that would be a brutal fight.
I thought ribbons were for sale somewhere in the seed, were they not? Doesn't look like anybody's gone to pick them up, so.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I mean, you can usually find them, but I haven't seen anybody go up to dig out the chests like Niana's doing, or head up to Gaia. And there's a ruby. Once again,
the dragons are preventing the Titan from eating.
Important dietary restrictions.
He's really allergic, so.
I guess that makes sense.
That's why he disappears. He actually dies when you feed him the ruby.
it's like lactose intolerance, but with gems.
He just goes into anaphylaxis, just dies right there, and the party's like, steps over him. Oh, we got a worm over on Neon screen. Not sure where that is, but if it's
over in Cardia, so not too bad to find, and certainly is dazzling. And Quad-X.
Had some HP, but not all the HP.
So, Len discovering the fighter mages, Cheesinator into the fight right now, going after Lich. Demon Frog back to the old grind. And is Cheesinator, is he in there with an ice sword?
I think so.
Just all right. Well, that's power and defense for sure. Oh, out comes nuclear. Well, rip.
Not gonna like what's gonna happen here.
No, this is gonna be most unpleasant. He's got a defense sword for the black mage too, but it doesn't look like it's gonna help. Not after that 300 damage punch.
Oof.
Oh gosh! Wow. Yeah, it's rough. A reset. Question in chat: what's the story of the seed? The story of the seed is that the tier 2 fiends are being the bottleneck instead of the alternate final boss.
We got Cheesinator trying the other side. Probably gonna get through Carry and then see what Kraken 2 has today, which is not. He's not gonna enjoy it.
Most unpleasant.
Len the cat is about to find out as well. So I'm going to laugh maniacally when it is Double Dragon.
Alright, so Cheesinator going in, taking no chances, stacking up all the defense, and that's 3 stacks, and then you have been lit on fire.
Yeah. That feels bad. I shouldn't laugh.
Inferno is such a scary, scary ability, and just
follows it up with a lit 3.
So I think, I mean, there's a nuke. What?
Nice. Well, but not a ton of health, so Kraken is killable.
Yeah, and
at
29, this might be doable, but it's going to require a kind turn order and a kind enemy group, so we'll see what we get here. This is not a kind enemy group.
No.
And we've got Titans and endangered species on Neon's side. An important analysis in FFR sociology for sure. And there's the zap, and the Phantoms are starting to miss now. So, but there's the lit 2. My kingdom for a light axe. Oh God, there's the punch and crunch. Yep. 200
Len's
damage.
About to do the exact same thing here.
Yeah, well, poor Len's only got like 200 health though. This could be bad.
Yeah.
Oh, 49
1 or 2
now.
hits from those Phantom.
No, I mean, at this point, he's in lit 2 range.
Demon's up to level 36, I think.
So Cheesinator and Len successfully tear down the wall, only to find out there's another wall behind it. Oh, he's got the mage staff though, but gets lit 2'd. So, I think if Len had not run out of heal potions, probably would have had a decent shot at it. It all depends on how much HP the Phantoms rolled, and we have yet to see that.
And just how lucky you get at them not critting you, which is, I mean, even with your evasion stacks, they only protect you for so long. And Greggly Puff has finished in first place with a time of 27:05.
GG to Greggly, yeah.
Be interested to know what level he finished that in.
No black belt, no problem.
Feel like we're gonna be here for a while yet. And Shadow Walker is finished in second place with an SRL time of 27:33. GG Shadow Walker. So I'm guessing maybe that Fun Dead Party doesn't have a lot of HP. What do you think?
Either that or good turn order with the defense sword and an invis 2. I could certainly see, getting 3 stacks of evasion up with good turn order would get you a long way in that fight. And Neon Gray takes a stop, followed by a nuke from Carrie, and that is super unpleasant.
So Carrie's got a nuke as well. All right. Left side has all the nukes. Well, I guess there's 3, but it feels like all the nukes. Trying to feed cake to the undead over here on Neons, and Lich says no. I only want chocolate.
You can't feed the undead anything. It's just going to fall out.
I suppose that's how they die from it. Like, it falls out, they just get really sad. Because they were so excited to eat that cake that, I mean, they just can't go on anymore. They can't go on unliving. Yeah, just
Oh, wow. Cheesinator tries again, gets the black mage gets 1 shot, and well, that's a reset. Just Pull this one back. Try again. Nobody saw anything. Yeah, Neon is having a heck of a time with Tiamat as well. Ice Sword strats, and Solaris Strix finishing in third place with a time of 30:15. So pretty solid performances for Solaris on the evening.
I don't remember what he did on the first seat, but first and third on the second and third, that pretty good.
All right, we've got Demon Frog taking another shot at this at level 40 this time, so that's a significant difference. Let's see how this goes.
We had Shadow get through at level 24, 26, and 24. I think he should play the lottery.
Well, I mean, there's two numbers to pick right there. And we have a fourth place finisher, Tiernex, coming in at a time of 31:26. And just looking at some of the off-stream runners here, we've got basically the bus has pulled up to Temple of Fiends now, and everybody's getting out. Oh, Shadow Walker mentioning ribbons were for sale, so we didn't see any of the on-stream runners find it. So might have been.
I saw them at Provoca.
At Provoca, maybe?
I thought I saw them. Yeah, Mono agreeing with me. They were in Provoca.
All right, and down comes the fades. So this should be a pretty solid fight for Demon Frog, as long as the crit happiness doesn't cost him too much.
Well, this spell selection, I think the Knight's just there as a meat shield fighter, whatever.
Ooh, wow, that's
mean.
That is a heck of a punch. And that Fire 3 should do the trick, though. And we've got Demon Frog in 5th place with a time of 33:06.
GG Demon.
And we're joined by Demon right now. GG. Saw you light up in Discord, but I couldn't hear anything.
There's still no sound, Demon.
So Len is on the Fun Dead right now, and is now off the Fun Dead and on the floor.
Just taking a nap. It's fine.
Definitely rough.
Hello?
GG, Demon.
Yeah, GG. Seemed like this seed was the Temple of Fiends round 2 bosses were just as much of a gatekeeper as the alternate final boss.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hi.
GG.
Thank you.
So what did you think?
Definitely not the cleanest run. I already have a reasonable score in kind of the, if you have a decent score in this, the best only counts. Yeah, you kind of saw me fiddle around trying to take a couple fights in some weird places, see if I could find anything better than the Saria tile. But, just kind of got walloped on the first attempt at Temple of Fiends. Said, all right, gonna go. I know there was opal bracelets and ribbons and all that kind of good stuff, so I just went back and decided to power through it.
And Allie finishing in 6th place with a time of 35:50. So GG to Allie Gerbrandt. Yeah, it seemed like you needed a decent chunk of HP in order to make it through with all of your party members alive to the end, but it was pretty smooth once you did that.
Yeah, the left side seemed like glass cannon because I think one round I was able to quad X carry. I probably could have quad X'd Kraken as well, and then yeah, the final boss wasn't too bad with Fade and Fire.
Yeah, Kraken, they seem like they enjoyed doing a lot of damage in a short amount of time, especially throwing out Inferno, which caught a bunch of the runners who hadn't picked up ribbons.
Yeah, actually, I over leveled. I was thinking, I think of the previous game where there was like 40, it may have been 40k opal bracelets that I, in my brain, translated to 40k rib in this seed. So that's, I took a quick check of my money. I was like, oh, I'm at 116, I need a little more. Then proceeded to go to the wrong town and then went to the right town to find out they're half as cheap. Like, I just spent the last 5 minutes grinding when I didn't need to.
I mean, you made it through with one mage, barely hanging on there. So I think the HP definitely made the difference.
Yeah, that's true.
So as far as party compositions go, you had the black belt, you had the fighter, and the thief is also an option. Which of those do you prefer having as your physical dealer?
With these, I mean, normally I'm fighter all the way, but with these flags and you don't know what you're going to get, you don't know if you're going to get tail, black belt definitely is. Thief just makes it more fun, though.
Yeah, definitely some interesting options there. But yeah, we saw everybody sell the katana out of Titans, but might have been a little bit more fun to have that on a melee fight.
Yeah, then at that point you either decide, do you hunt for the massa, do you find the tail? You got to do something because you get a thief, you're pretty much going to have to promote.
Yeah, and Len and Cheeseinator squeaking in there with finishes seconds apart from me. And so Len finishing in 7th place with a time of 37:57, Brax finishing with a time of 38:16, Cheeseinator finishing with a time of 38:22. So before we bring some of the other runners in, any final thoughts on the seed?
No, it was a fun one. Like I said, it was just the glass cannon fiends, just having the power.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping by, and good luck in the rest of the qual.
Alrighty, thank you.
And we're joined by Cheeseinator right now. GG.
Oh, GG, thank you. As you can all see, if I defense the 3rd time on my first try into Topher, I would have finished way better. And then I suddenly started struggling with the Fiendry fights and every try in between until finally making it back and executing the strategy I planned on.
Yeah, it looked like there was definitely some nasty skills for the Fiendry fights that it just seemed like a matter of luck of the draw if they showed up or not.
Yeah, of course, the other thing is that my white mage died very early in the seed, and I was like, you know what, let's just roll with this. And I saw fast, but I didn't recognize that the fast was class change locked. So I thought, oh, I've got my win condition. It's just the fast, and then we'll use the fighter. So when fast was locked out, I was like, oh, crud. And then when the Tilford didn't go well, I went and looked for some white magic, and I saw Fade, and I was like, well, that's why I punted this one.
So I forget with what weapon you finished with. Did you do
Ice Sword
or something? Okay, yeah. There was a Sun Sword available in Crescent Lake, I believe.
Oh, I never checked that. Or maybe I checked the weapon shop and I didn't register that a Sun Sword was available. But yeah, that would have been way stronger.
Yeah, it seemed like you weren't the only one that finished with Ice Sword. It seemed like a lot of people saw Power Gauntlet, saw Temper, and just went for it.
Yeah, I mean, it all made sense in my head, and then there was the reality of what defense or sorry, what absorb and evade did the fiends and stuff roll, and it didn't really favor what I approached it with. But the final fight again could have worked if I just defensed to max the first time. The liches weren't doing that much damage per round, so I could have gotten them dead and then just not taken any damage from phantoms the rest of the way.
Yeah, it's always tough deciding whether or not to put up those other two evasion stacks. A lot of times, you definitely don't need them, but against a crit happy party like that, I think that definitely was the way to go.
Yeah. The other, so you all saw a couple sloppy mistakes, going. I landed in Provoca early game, and I walked onto a tile, immediately got ambushed, lost my fighter, had to reset, so I lost some time there. And then I had some sloppy grinding because I was looking at IRC a bunch, and so I would attack with my black mage instead of casting spells, and I was kind of out of it after the intensity of the previous race. Anyways, thanks for having me on. Go ahead and do your other interviews. GG to everyone who played, and I hope you all had a fun stream.
All right, thanks for stopping by, Cheeseinator. Good luck in the rest of the quals.
Thank you.
We're joined now by Len as well. GG, Len.
Oh, thanks, man. Wow. Was I doing that at a lower level than everybody else?
So Demon Frog ended up finishing at 41, but a lot of people just went for evasion stacking and snuck through at a variety of different levels. I think Shadow finished with about average 25.
Yeah, I couldn't get to Chaos with two guys up. I felt like if I could just get there with two guys up, I could do it pretty easily.
Yeah, I think it was just a matter of either getting those AOEs out or just getting the evasion stacked up in time, and you definitely needed the full party for that.
Yeah, was there a learnable life spell?
I don't think so. I haven't seen it on anyone else's screen. So about your grind, I forget. Did you choose the Sorias to level on?
No, I did it outside of Crescent Lake. There was frost gators and the fish that were with them. Big EXP there.
Yeah, and definitely vulnerable to Lit 3 as well.
I don't think I checked any trap tiles. Once I found that outside of Crescent, I just said, I'm going to do it here. And it didn't really give you enough money, so maybe it wasn't the best spot.
Yeah, it didn't look like there were any particularly rich enemies. The Soria seemed like the ones that a lot of other people went for, and they're not super rich either. but yeah, it just seemed like there was always a bottleneck in Topher, and the Fiend refights were definitely a lot more brutal than they normally are.
Yeah, both ways were nasty. You couldn't. I tried left and right. I died both directions like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, we were commenting that this might have been like a 50-minute seed if it turned out to be the double dragon. So we're gonna get back to the action in a bit. Do you have any final thoughts on the seed?
None. I could have done better. GG's to all you guys who did well. I'll see you in the tournament.
All right. Well, thanks again for the interview, Len, and good luck with the rest of Qual. So Neon in for the long haul in this Tiamat fight, and looks like she's got the ice sword on the fighter.
And Tarnin finished in 10th place with a SRL time of 41:17.
So GG to Tarnin, and looks like we're getting close to closing out this race here. And this time, Neon is into the fight here with the full assortment of parties. But oof, that is a pretty rough low roll on the old Phantoms here.
I'm going with Quake strats. She's interesting.
Ooh, and Quad X takes out the White Mage, and that's going to be rough. So 2 stacks of defense up. Let's see if this Quake takes out any of the Liches. Nope, doesn't look like it. All in on Quake. And the Lich is not in any... oh no, there was a crit followed up by a Quad X. Oh, that's going to do it.
And we're going back in. Maybe.
Doesn't Neon Gray have Fire 3?
Yeah, they do, but I think they were trying to hit the instant death on the Lich, not realizing that the Lich really isn't the threat this time around.
Rarely is Lich the threat in that fight.
Well, I distinctly remember Lich rolling first turn nuke in a lot of these seeds, so but it's comparatively easier this time around.
Yeah.
And Tiny Fairy has finished in 11th place with a time of 48:30, so GG to ATF.
I don't know. This Tiamat 2 is really rough. I almost think the other direction is easier.
I'm not sure that she's gone the other direction. At least she hasn't in a while.
Oh, geez, rolling out the nuclear too. And T2 hits like a truck, so this is a rough direction for sure. And that's going to do it. Looks like Neon forfeit.